So now we're going to look at making a kick drum out of the found sounds that we recorded in the park. First thing to do is sort of go through a lot of the sounds and actually try and find something that resembles a kick in structure, in sort of tightness. And it doesn't really matter if it's a bit higher because we can always transpose things down and EQ them. So going through a lot of the samples that we took, obviously that's not going to be suitable. Something like this might work. No. So you're just basically going through, having a really close listen to things, and then that's more suitable. Now that's really suitable. Those hits there could definitely be turned into a kick drum. So first thing to do is to create a MIDI track, then load a simpler up. Now the simpler is a really, really interesting, quite dynamic plugin that comes with Ableton that gives you the opportunity of sort of selecting parts of samples or parts of sounds and manipulating them by changing the start loop down here, changing the attack, the sustain, the volume. You can transpose them, you can filter them. There's a lot of stuff you can do with them. So what you do is you drag the sample, the chosen sample in, which now comes up here. You can now sort of scroll through the sample. Now the kick, we're up, this is the kind of place, this is the kick I think that we were listening to just now. So then you go through, create a MIDI clip, draw in your kick drums, 1 bar of them like so. So you can hear that's basically just shooting off that sample. So you want to move the start point right up tight so that you've got no sort of latency when you're playing with the rest of the track. Now if I move the start point, you can hear I'm just catching the end of the kick and now I'm catching the nose of it. Then you've got various different sort of options here. Ideally in a situation like this I'd probably transpose it down. So you can sort of basically start to sort of sculpt the kick and sort of try and find the exact frequency that you want, and then we can work on it with an EQ as well. Or in this case, we could find a much toppier kick and actually pair it with a much subbier kick and EQ them opposing one another, so that you end up with the nose on one kick and the bass frequencies on another. So I would say around here is a sort of safe area for a kick. So you can really see how much you can actually change the kind of aesthetic of the sound by moving around. Just very little things like that. That's like a sort of bit clickier. So once you're happy with that, bring that around it into your loop as so. So now we can start to mix that into different elements of the track.